Boom, what's going on, guys? It's your dude from Hey Jude, and I'm back again today for another video. Today we're going to do the review of the Canon RF 85 1.2 lens. You can see it's a monster, and we're going to dive into that. But first, ooh-wee. We got to start with a monster. We got to get energized. This is how we're going to get hydrated. Monster going to hydrate you. Don't hit me in the comments. I know it's not a hydration drink. I'm just screwing around. But like I said, we got bigger fish to fry today. We got the Canon RF 85. I want to tell you guys all the things I love about this lens. I'm going to stream in some photos and some video that I used with this over the weekend. And I'm going to let you know why I think this thing right here is the best portrait lens that money can buy. Okay, so really quickly, I want to go over kind of my flight pattern with how I used to shoot, then evolved to shoot with other lenses, and then evolved back to primes. When I first started in the game, I shot a lot with Tamron, and I would shoot a lot with their G2 lineup, 70 to 200. I think it was a 15 to 35, 24 to 70. I was strictly zooms, which, you know, a lot of wedding photographers are, but then I just got so hooked to prime lenses. And I transitioned out of zooms for wedding days, and I primarily shot with a 35, which is the Tamron 35-1.4. I'm filming on that right now. And on my other camera strap, I would have an 85, which was typically always the Sigma 85 1.4 DGDN lens. And then when I switched to Canon, I kind of transitioned back to some zoom lenses, because the zoom lenses, these RF zoom lenses are amazing. That's the best 70 to 200 I've ever used. But now I've transitioned back to prime lenses. So my setup going forward for the weddings is going to be the 35 1.4, 85 1.2, and then I got an ultra wide in case I need to take in an entire scene. So I've kind of transitioned back, and mostly because of the high quality of glass that you have with these RF lenses. I've kind of switched out from the 50 1.2 to the 85 1.2, and this is my baby, and I've only used it for a few shoots, but like I fell in love instantly, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. Straight out of the bat, like, there is no aberrations. You're not going to find any fringing or anything like that. These lenses are made perfectly. The coatings on the glass, I mean, they put out press releases just on how the coatings that they've added are going to eliminate fringing and chromatic aberration altogether. And they seem to have done that, because I've shot with some extreme backlight to my couples with this thing, and with the 51.2, basically all the RF glass, the primes. And I don't see any chromatic aberrations or fringing. So like, that's one thing you're not going to have to worry about with this lens. Another thing is, wide open with this damn thing, it is tack sharp. And I'm supposed to be on a love fest right here for the 85 1.2, but it's the same thing with the 50 1.2. Tack sharp. Everything wide open, tack sharp. So like, their autofocus system in the new bodies, the R bodies, and the way these lenses pair with them, you're never missing focus. And again, one of the reasons why I left Sony to go to Canon is because I felt like they had actually passed Sony in the autofocus department. Some will disagree, some argue. There's tons that will agree with me. Fro Knows Photo and a bunch of other big accounts out there as well. So yeah, you're getting this thing wide open, tack sharp, no chromatic aberrations, no fringing. And also, the most important thing is the bokeh. Bokeh. The bokeh on this thing is absolutely bananas. The fall off from your subject, it could be a busy background, and I'm gonna show some photos here with some stuff going on in the background. It just melts away. So even in like busy situations, as photographers will find them in a lot on a wedding day, I know you got like getting ready rooms, and sometimes moments happen and you don't have enough time to clear all the clutter and crap like that in the background. If you're shooting wide open with this guy or the 51.2, but more specifically this guy, the background's melted away. You're not going to see anything distracting. The Bokeh balls at wide open, they're really round. I'm not somebody that gets into, is it cat's eye? Does it look like a football? Is there onion ring? Like, these things look perfect and round. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say about it. We don't have to really do a deep dive into what the Bokeh balls look like. I'm not going to bore you with all that. Okay, so something I want to touch on that is different from, let's say, the 135 prime lens is that you have this humongous guy right here, but no IS. So there's no stabilization inside this lens. Is that a problem or a deal breaker? For me, no, because it's rare as hell that I'm ever shooting at like 1/10 or 1/20. Plus, it's a prime lens, so you don't have a lot of floating focal elements inside the body that would need stabilization more than, let's say, a zoom or something like that. So it doesn't bother me that you don't have it. I'm always shooting at faster shutter speeds anyway. And if you pair it with, one of the mirrorless bodies, R6 Mark II, R5, whatever, R3, you're going to get the 5 stops of stabilization just with that body, which I think is fine for this. And I had done a video the other day about the 135 and about why I think that focal length is just nutty. Because at 135, 1.8, you pair how the background gets blown away from that versus this guy at 1.2. People might say, well, yeah, that's a 1.2. Obviously, it's going to blow the background out. True. But a 135 at 1.8 with that level of compression being at that focal length, you'd imagine some really nice bokeh. I think this one destroys the bokeh on the 135. I'll put some photos there side by side just so you can see the difference and see what I'm saying. I just felt like the backgrounds are just a little bit more busier with that 135. All in all, I don't want to keep you guys. I've been making really long videos and maybe I need to start shortening them up. I think that this is the best 85 I've ever used. Before this guy, it was the Sigma DGDN at 1.4, but this as a portrait lens is the best I've ever used. I think 85 is probably that true sweet spot. For portraits, I know I flirt a lot with a 105. I used to love that Nikon 105 1.4. It was amazing, but getting 20 more millimeters to take in more scenes and to be a little closer to your subject or your couples or whatever you're shooting, I think is actually more valuable than that extra 20 millimeters of compression. So here's my guy. I'm going to show you guys some photos. I'm going to show you some videos because I did handheld videos in a dark environment with this guy and they turned out smooth as could be. Now, I had a neck strap on, so I was using fully extended 3 points of, pressure stabilization on the camera and the lens. And just doing that with the neck strap, I thought the footage came out really nice and really smooth. And yeah, I think this is the best portrait lens you can buy. The 85 1.2 RF Canon lens. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you enjoyed the videos and the photos that I'm going to show you right now. Always love y'all. Subscribe, comment, like. Please enjoy the videos. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night.